Welcome to the A-List. My name is Stasha Morales, and joining to me today is a Ford model. You may have seen some of her work for Kohl's, Akira, and Fashion Gone Rogue. Now please help me welcome Stasia Tomasek. Hi.
Hello.
So, what is modeling to you?
Well, to me, as of right now, it's kind of just my hobby outside of school because, of course, I'm still a teenager, I'm still going to high school, but it's kind of cool. It's sort of like a second life to me. I can just be a high school student, but at this, I just go home and I'm just this model doing shoots and walking runways and stuff, and yeah.
You're still in high school? How long have you been modeling?
I just started modeling about a year ago officially. I've been kind of under Ford's radar since I was 14, but they kind of just wanted to wait for me to develop and mature. And when I went into Ford for the first time, it was before my freshman year in high school, and I came in and they told me I was too mature looking to be sort of a teenage model because I was kind of in that awkward phase where I was like 14 going on 15, and 15 is normally when they start getting girls for the women's division. So they told me to come back in 6 months, and I went back in 6 months and they wanted to sign me.
You're only 14, so how did that happen? Did they just see you one day?
I'm actually 16.
Oh, no, I'm not there.
Oh.
You were spotted when you were 14, so
yeah.
How did that happen?
Well, I was on the internet with my friend one day, and we were jokingly just playing around, and we were looking for summer jobs, and I was like, hey, you know what would be funny if we sent in our applications to a modeling agency? And so we looked up modeling agencies online, and we saw this one called Ford, and we sent in our applications, and I kind of just brushed it off as a complete joke. And 2 weeks later, my agent Shannon emailed my mom, and she was like, hey, we'd like to see more pictures of your daughter. And I, at first was just like, oh my God, this needs to stop right now. And I told my mom, I'm like, I'm not taking those pictures, I'm not doing this. And of course, my dad, of all people, was like, no, you're doing this, I'm making you do this. And so I ended up taking the pictures, and they were just normal Polaroids in my bikini, and I kind of just, you could see I was so miserable in the pictures, and I just, at that point, I was like, all right, they're gonna stop bothering me now, I can just go back to my normal life. And then a week later, Shannon called my mom again and said, hey, could you bring your daughter into the agency? And at that point, that's when I realized, all right, maybe this is something.
Do you still feel that way, or do you plan on continuing like this? Obviously, it's a profession, but I mean, after high school?
Yeah, I see how a lot of people are they're just trying to find jobs, and it's so hard to find jobs right now. And I just feel like this has come upon me for a reason, and I just I don't know, I just feel like it's actually a gift for me, for my life, and I should take it as far as it's going to go.
How do you book a modeling job?
Well, generally you either go to a casting, or the client will ask the agent directly for you. And so they put our portfolios online, and generally clients will just go online and shop the portfolios, or the agents will send out our comp cards to clients, and they'll say, all right, I want this girl, or if they need multiple girls, I want this girl, and this girl. But also we have castings where the client will set up in a certain location, and they'll either say it's an open casting call for any model at the agency, or they'll want specific girls to come to the casting. And so you just go to this location, you bring your book, you kind of just introduce yourself. They'll either take pictures of you, or if it's for a runway show, they'll want to see your walk. And generally a day or two later, they'll tell the agency which girl or girls they want for the job.
So basically, to get the job, to get a casting session, do they train you for it?
I mean, it really depends. If it's for a runway casting, we have runway training at the agency where we'll come in for an hour, or on a set day, and there'll be a model who's had a lot of runway experience there, and she'll be coaching us, and kind of there's this one hallway in Ford, and we'll all just walk down it in our heels, and that's probably the most training we get for a casting. But also when I first started modeling over the summer, we had like a new faces seminar where like all of the new girls came in and they just gave us like all this advice, like what to do when we go to a casting, how to be a professional, like, and good, successful model.
When I called you, you said that you had makeup training. What's that?
Makeup training?
You said like you have to learn how to do it or something?
Oh yeah, that was a part of the New Faces seminar. There was a makeup artist that came in and she like used one of the models as an example, and she taught us how to like apply blush properly, like how much mascara we should wear to a casting, or like the proper amount of makeup to apply to our face, like how to find the proper color of foundation for you, and yeah.
So do you do your own makeup to prepare, or do they do it?
Well, if it's a shoot, there will be a makeup artist, because Ford also has a hair and makeup division. Because Ford is kind of an agency, but there's divisions. It's like hair and makeup division, men's division, children's division, women's division, and there's also a talent division. And so they'll pull a girl from the makeup division and to like do my hair and makeup for the shoot. But if it's for a casting, then yeah, I'm expected to do my own hair and makeup.
What do you prefer? Like, do you prefer runways or just the average shoot?
I really like the average shoot because I can just kind of be myself and just express myself. And if I've just been having a bad day or I have like a lot of anger built up, I mean, I know it sounds stupid, but I literally can just like throw it all away by like giving my best effort at a shoot. So.
Does like your anger help? Like, does it help you with like the faces and the poses?
I mean, it really depends. I mean, if I'm just sitting there like giving a straight face, and it's not necessarily like a straight face, like you need to put some like emotion into it, and I'd say it would help there. But I mean, if it's a shoot where I'm just sitting there like, hey, smiles, smiles, like, and I just need to be like fun and flirty or whatever, I'd say that it would contradict an angry.
Do they tell you what like to do, or is it just you just having fun throwing your body into different positions and shapes?
It really all depends. Could I get my portfolio?
Oh, yeah.
It would better explain. So this is my portfolio.
Okay.
All right. Here we have a beauty shot, and it's also right now the cover of my comp card. And basically for something like this, where it's going to be a beauty shot, the photographer is going to want like a specific setup, because it's just your face, it's not your whole body. So he's going to want to like know how to pose you. Like in this picture, he was literally like moving my face around because he had like this like specific idea in his mind. And he even showed me like I would like close my lips like this, and then I would like slowly open them. He'd be like, all right, stop, and then keep your lips there. And like my eyes, he told me like exactly like where to look off in the distance, like, all right, like look off, like at that thing right there, all right, yeah, good. And so like it's like I'm like properly poised for it. And then with something more like this, it's kind of like because the shoes are kind of a prop, and they're telling me like, he basically just told me, all right, like play around with the shoes, just like play around like with your body, just have fun, like smile, like just do a ton of stuff. And it's kind of just like a free shoot. Like he'll shoot like 60 frames, and then he'll be like, all right, I think we got this one. And it'll just, I wouldn't have like properly posed, like I was just like constantly moving.
So when you're modeling clothes as opposed to shoes, is there a difference?
Yeah, I've actually only modeled shoes one time, but yes, because you're like your whole body's not showing. It's just like the shoe and like the lower half of your calf, and they'll probably just have you like move your like feet to the side, move them to the other side, kind of just like do a couple different poses with your feet. And yeah, I mean, there's not too much to it. It's just your feet, so
yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever done like commercials or just like photography things?
I've done like videos. I did this video lookbook for Akira, and I mean that's really the only video thing I've done, but it hasn't been like a commercial that's aired on TV. And normally it's like very rare in the Chicago market to get a commercial that's on TV, unless it's for like Carson's or Kohl's. But yeah, otherwise it's not really video, it's more just like shooting. And A lot of like the Chicago market is they want to help build your portfolio. If you're like a high fashion model, they want to help and build your portfolio in Chicago so that you'll be prepared to like take it to the next level in a bigger market like New York or London or Milan. So.
Well, in these photos, you're smiling. How is it that like a lot of the time when you see like modeling posters, no one's smiling, they always kind of look sad?
Well, it really all depends on what you're modeling, because if you're doing like a high fashion shoot, it's kind of more of a work of art versus like trying to sell a product. So they're gonna want you to be more like serious with it, because if you're, it kind of just goes with the clothes. Like it's expensive designer clothes, and you know, I think it's just emphasizing like this isn't a joke, this is serious. So it's kind of just, it goes along with the clothes you're wearing. Whereas if you're wearing like a swimsuit or like lingerie or something, it's like you're gonna wanna be flirty and fun because you're gonna wanna sell that product. The person that's looking at the clothes is gonna see the model and they're gonna say, like secretly, subconsciously, they're gonna say, I like wanna look like that girl, and that'll get them to buy the product.
Yeah. What would you say to a girl who's saying like, oh, I want to look like that, or I want to wear that product?
I would probably say that, you know, like it's really just a gift that I have. I don't even know what I have. Like it's just there, and like it's like really rare to like find a girl that has it. And I mean, I still don't know myself that well, and I mean, I would just tell the girl to just be happy with the way she is, and that she needs to love herself the way she is. And I've actually had to like kind of work out and diet to lose weight for modeling, and I have a lot of friends that do get influenced by that, and they say, oh yeah, like I want to go on a diet now, like I want to get on the treadmill every day. And I said, no guys, if I wasn't modeling, I would be pounding junk food every night. Like it's just my job. I have to keep my body in shape. And I mean, that's what, like everybody thinks modeling's so glamorous, but it really is hard work. And I mean, I'm just suited for the job.
Have people changed towards you? Do you have trouble telling who's really friends with you?
Not at all. You know, I really try to keep my modeling life away from my social life. And so, I mean, when my friends want to hang out and stuff, I'll just be like, hey guys, I have a shoot. And they'll kind of just be like, okay, cool, like we'll see you afterwards. And then I'll come back after the shoot and they'll treat me the same like they've always treated me. And like, I really, like, that's probably like what I'm emphasizing. I really don't want to get a big head about this, because I mean, I just view it as a job, as a hobby, something like I go to high school, but then I have this really cool job like after school, and I'm really like I really don't want to like come off as like big-headed or cocky, or I kind of just want to stay grounded. Like I still have my friends, like I still have my family who supports me and loves me. And I told my dad, I'm like, if I ever get a big head, if you ever think that I'm like getting big-headed about this, like you tell me, because that's the one thing that I promised myself I wouldn't do.
Do you see a difference between you and models who have been doing it longer?
You know, they definitely have more experience. They probably know how to act more mature and professional on set. I kind of just like sit there quiet, and they'll probably, like the photographer sometimes will be like, why aren't you talking? Like, talk to me, you can talk to me, it's okay. And so, I mean, yeah, I'd say that's probably the one big difference. Like on camera, it's like you learn quickly, you know. Like, I want to say during my first shoot, I was maybe uncomfortable at first, but I just picked it up right away. And ever since then, I mean, I've been doing fine, so.
So, there's no difference? People aren't changed or fake towards you?
No, not at all. I mean, there are some people that, like, I wouldn't talk to, but if I was, well, there are some people that talk to me that if I wasn't modeling, I'm not sure if they'd be friends with me. But, I mean, I feel like I can really see the people who genuinely like me for who I am versus being a model, and I kind of will, like, I'll be nice to those people, but then I'll just slowly start shutting them out, because it's like, if you're just like in it for modeling, then I really don't like want to waste my time with you. And I mean, it just goes along with like emphasizing like modeling's not glamorous. I'm really not that special for doing this. It's just my job.
So do you have any friends who model, or is it just you?
Yeah, I actually have a friend, or I have two friends who are around my age that I hang out with all the time, and one of them lives in Cary, Illinois. It's kind of like northwest by Crystal Lake, and the other one lives in Aurora. And then I also have other friends who are like a little older than me. Like I'm friends with this girl who's a senior in high school and she lives up in Wisconsin, and I'm friends with this girl who just graduated from high school who lives in Georgia. And like last weekend we hung out, we had a sleepover, and we like went to Chili's, and we were like, see, like models do eat. And we made a video and like sent it to my agent. We were lip syncing to, oh God, I'm not in with like the popular music, but what song was it? Okay, I can't think of it right now, but we were lip syncing, and the lyrics were like on YouTube, so I didn't have a problem with like not knowing the words.
Okay, well, that's all the time we have for today, so thank you, and thank you for watching the A-List.